Hi there, this is Gina with Gina'sCraftingSpot.com, and I'm doing a close to my heart video today. And this is how, just to show you how it's really easy to do a card or really anything with this Art Philosophy Cricut cartridge, exclusive to Close to My Heart, with just some paper, and that's really about it, and maybe just a stamp. So this is the cartridge, the Art Philosophy, and it has 1,000,001 cute images, and it has flowers in here, shapes, card shapes, so if you don't have a gypsy, you know, to weld them together and just don't feel like, you know, gluing them together, and you want them to look a little more, you know, I don't want to say professional, but, you know, just to be a little easier to make. So this card I'm making, I used these this flower actually down here on page 69. Where is it? Right there, this one. And I printed it out, or I cut it out with my Cricut 3 times at 3 inches, 2.5 inches, and 2 inches. So this is my, I don't think you could see too well, but this is my 3 inch, my 2.5 inch, and I'm going to show you how to put together the 2 inch. So I got those flowers from this Cricut cartridge, and then also I have my card base that I cut out as well, and I cut this out of the whole paper. The paper collection I'm using is a Roxy paper pack. There's a lot of cute, it has 6 pattern papers, 2 of each, and they're really pretty, and they're double-sided. So this is what I did, and it also has some solid colors. So this color is called Desert Sand, and this is where I cut my base out of, which is right here. And I cut it out at 5.5. So because it's a card, the Cricut already knows, okay, if you put 5.5, it's going to give you a 5.5 inch card. So that's what I did with this one. And then what I did was I did the card base, and then I just cut out this square number 4 that goes with it. And I cut this out 1/4 inch smaller, so I did it at 5.25 out of this beautiful paper. It's double-sided as well. And this is where this came from. Really pretty. And then the flowers came from this plaid and red rose paper. So I could make quite a bit of, you know, cards with these 12 by 12 sheets. So then all you would do is just put your card together. And this is such pretty paper that you really don't need to do very much. And this is, I think, all I did. Yeah, those are all the pieces from the cartridge. So what I'm going to do next, I'll show you the flowers in a minute, but let me go ahead and just start putting this together. I am using the Cocoa Close to My Heart ink, and what I'm going to do is just take this little sponge dauber and go around all the edges. If I wanted to, I could put the pad directly on this paper, but I don't want to you know, maybe get too much on it. I want to be able to control how much I'm doing, because I just want the edges to be inked, so it'll stand out a little from that desert sand card base background. All right. Okay, so I just did that. And we're also going to stamp the sentiment directly onto here. And I'm using this Card Chatter Sympathy set, which is right here. And the Close to My Heart sets all come with this little piece of foam to stamp on. And I'm going to use this phrase, just a little prayer, on the front, and the inside is going to say that God will keep you in His care. I thought that was nice. So I'm going to use, I have a 1 by 3 inch little block, so I'm going to use that. And just put it down, pick it up. I'm going to use that same cocoa ink. And I love that you could see right through these stamps. So you know just where to put it. No guessing. Just says just a little prayer. Then while I have my ink out, I'll just do the inside really quick. I will change this inside part, and it's light enough so I could put another little layer in here, but I don't have to. This color isn't that dark. Okay, so I got that. And then all of my cards I like to just stamp with my PSA Essentials stamp, just so I don't forget later what to do. Oops. And I could, so this is, I mean, super duper duper simple. You know, I just cut those things out. Here's 2 flowers. My third one's going to go right there. Maybe I only need 2. And as you can see, I put a little bling in the middle. And these are called the sparkles. And so I just picked, you know, whatever size would fit. You can't see this one too much. But I like these flowers because when you roll them, you could make them as tight or as loose as you want. So let me show you. I have, this is just my paper piercer. So I don't have an actual quilling tool or anything. So I am going to just take the end of this and start rolling it around this. And you could do it with a pencil, a pen, whatever you have handy. And just roll it around. Do it this way so I don't poke myself. And I like this Cricut cartridge because it has a lot of the things I bought several other Cricut cartridges for, and it's, you know, all in one place. So I'm really happy with this cartridge. And there's also coordinating stamp sets that would go with it. And on the like on this part of it, it would just show you, like if this had a cutout, that if it had a cut from the Art Philosophy cartridge that you could stamp on, it would tell you like how many inches to cut it at to be able to fit this, whatever, the shape or whatever it is that you're stamping on it. So that's nice too. Alright, so I just rolled it up, you know, as tight or as loose as you want it. I want it to loosen up a little, or to stay tight in the middle, as tight as I can. And you can do this by hand too. And then I do have my glue gun for this because I want to be sure it sticks. And it's the quickest thing, because you could also use like your liquid glass. That's a good thing to use. It'll stick, but you got to wait for it to dry. So I just want to be kind of quick with this. Then it has a little tab on the bottom where you put your glue or your adhesive to stick your whole flower together, or so it stays together rather. It is hot, so careful. And then while it's in here, you could still move it around a bit so you get it how you like it. Put a little more glue, make it stick. I didn't put enough. Alright. So I am going to add something to the middle, so just put some glue in there. Keep it down. And if you wanted to, you could puff out the little petals some more. You know, whatever you want, it's all up to you. And then with this one, since it has such a big center, I'm going to use one of the bigger sparkles. I'm just going to set it right in there. Okay, so the flower's done. Just have to adhere them down. So I think I'm going to use some twine. I have just this, what is it? Really thin crochet thread. I'm going to wrap it around a few times. So I don't overpower all the pretty stuff I have already here with any ribbon or anything like that. And I will just start it on the back, and I'm just going to use some tape to get it started. Go around a few times. Good, just 3. Scissors. Okay, can't find my close to my heart ones. My daughter likes to borrow my stuff. So let me put this down, and I am using my ATG adhesive because this is my favorite. Close to my heart has a lot of other adhesives you could use. This is my preference. That Close to My Heart does not sell, but it is my favorite. I will just line this up. Just reinforce my thing there. Then I'll go ahead and adhere these down. I'll just use some glue dots. Or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll use some of this liquid glass to be sure they stay there and do not move. So I like the way that looks. Just putting some down there. And this is going to dry clear. It's just going to look wet. So since that's what it does, I'm going to actually drop some little dots all around these little petals. Well, not all around, but you know, in certain places, so it looks like they're kissed by the dew. And then of course this will take a bit to dry. But that is it. So if you have a Cricut, don't have many cartridges, this Cricut Art Philosophy is definitely one to get. You'll get a lot of different images, card bases, I mean, just so many things. It's really great. But it's a very easy card, and I hope you enjoyed and come back to see me again. Thanks. Bye.